Good day! We are the Group 5, and we are here to present our research study titled The Influence of Social Media Towards Consumers' Purchasing Preferences. Before we started, we'd likely to introduce ourselves. My name is John Clarence B. Masaga.
I am Jann Jandayan, first year under BSBA Marketing
Hey
Management.
sir, my name is Monica Braten Legaspi.
Hi, my name is Reycan Madanlo.
Social media plays a big role in today's society. It affects the daily lives and activities of people. With just one click, the message will be received by the receiver. And with just one post, the message will spread nationwide. People tend to spend more time using their social media accounts. They share information about certain product, and that information becomes the source that affects the consumer's buying behavior. That's why businesses use social media as their promotional tool. It boosts their sales and supplies. It also affects their consumer or customers. That's why social media plays a big role in social media or business world. According to Smith, consumer opinion on products and services are now increasing in space. And according to Buffer, 73% of the marketers believe social media marketing as somewhat effective or very effective for the business. And according to Simpler, social media does not only affect consumers' decision on products, but it also helps the field of studies or career. And according to Tiny, the relationship between social media and consumer decision making presents that social media affects advertising attitude, brand attitudes, and purchasing intentions of consumers. That's why social media and consumer behavior are both related and it is both significant for us. We have four statements of the problem. Number one is what is the significance of social media in people's daily life. Number two is what is the significance of consumer buying preferences. Number three, the social media influences the buying preferences of the consumer and how the social media helps people in their buying behavior.
Review of related literature. This chapter covers article reading and literatures that endorse or concentrate on an issue that has been gained and is more informative about the impact of social media on consumers' preferences. These reviews will relate the depth understanding of how can social media influence the consumer's choice when it comes to buying preferences and will explain the behavior of the consumers. In addition, the segment provides a wide variety of topics from various sources and reputable individuals who have performed research that is similar and importance of this report. Online media has picked up in inexorably significant part in buyer life. Building a lasting informal organization presence and associating through online correspondence have become a famous and inescapable circle of current culture. Informal organizations speak to an extraordinary stage for progressive development and advancement of purchaser-brand connection, where the two retailer and shoppers taker spark in the market of online brand networks. From the showcasing point of view, shoppers everywhere on the world are firmly associated with one another through commitment in online verbal correspondence. Creating new examples in brand buying measures have given that adolescents and youthful grown-ups are viewed as principal workers of this pattern. We extrapolated this plan to getting the study populace with premise that their conduct is more explicit to related examination question than regular example point of view would be. The expectation of the examination was to explore the job and the significance of web-based media among the understudied populace in the Republic of Serbia, with a unique accentuation on their supposition and mentalities towards social affairs and utilizing on the web data about brands. So the RRL will help you in researching for selecting a better research topic and understanding the existing body of the knowledge, especially specifically where an excess of research exists and where new research is needed. Review the related literatures requires the researchers to make in-depth reading of both the research and conceptual literature. Thank you.
Our theoretical framework is the relationship between social media and the consumer behavior. The significance of our study is to help the consumer, business owners, and the future researchers. For the consumer, it will help them to their buying preferences, considering that most of the people shop online using their social media account. For the business owners, it will help them to communicate more to their consumers or customers through their online accounts. And for the future researcher, our study will be a good source of information for their future study.
The scope and delimitation of this study. The study is conducted for the sole purpose of understanding consumers' buying behavior and to see if social media can influence it. Instead of other online social networks, including YouTube or Twitter, the study sets the scale of online social networks on Facebook. There will be conduct our interview, sending our questions to our respondents. We, the researchers, have carefully selected our respondents that have more time and experience on social media and are also major consumer shopper.
Let us define some words that the researchers used for their study. Number 1 is the consumer. Consumer is the one who purchases goods and services for their personal use. Number 2, business. It is a practice of modern living by engaging in commerce. Number 3 is social media, a digital tool that allows the user to quickly create and share content to the public. Number 4 is the consumer behavior. It is the buying behavior of the consumer. Number 5 is the online shopping, a form of electronic commerce which allows consumers to directly buy goods and
Methodology. This chapter presents the discussion of the research methods used the respondents in the information administration of instruments and the procedures analysis. Also, it shows the ethical considerations and studies credibility. Research design. The research utilized the descriptive methods using qualitative approach in gathering information about consumers' behavior. Qualitative research requires non-numerical data, which means that the researchers use words than numbers to express the results of the study. Research participants. The information of these studies will be our chosen respondents that have a lot of experience that buy in online shopping and major influence of users of social media. We have chosen 10 respondents of people in Davao City to be interviewed as the source of our information. Research instrument. In order to have a deeper understanding of the possibilities of the study, the researchers have provided the questionnaires to the respondents as their research instrument, as it will consist of the statement of the problem of the study, and structured interview were conducted to these 10 respondents, and all of these will be conducted through social media app like Facebook.
Data gathering procedure. Step 1. Asking permission to conduct the study analysis. The researchers will follow the procedures by asking permission to be authorized by the principal of the College of Business Administration of the University of Mindanao, and to the selected people through social app media to participate to conduct our study. Next, the distribution of questionnaires. Upon the approval of the people that we selected to be our respondents, we, as in the midst of pandemic, we will use the social media app like Facebook app to direct message our questionnaires to the respondents and request them to answer honestly. Lastly, collection of data. After the respondents answer the questionnaires honestly, the data is immediately collected and write them down in a different paper accordingly to the person being interviewed. Then analyze, understand, and interpret the data that we collected. Data analysis. The method used to evaluate this data is to interpret the collected data with a comprehensive knowledge review procedure so we can discover their thoughts and opinions about the stories behind their buying preferences towards social media. We will know what their rational approach towards their buying preferences. Likewise, to know how social media influences them in their buying preferences. Ethical consideration. According to Bryman and Bell, the following 10 principles of ethical considerations have been compiled as a result of analyzing the ethical guidelines of 9 professional social sciences and research associations. Research participants should not be subjected to harm in any ways whatsoever. Respect for the dignity of research participants should be prioritized. Full consent should be obtained from the participants prior to the study. The protection of the privacy of research participants has to be ensured. If he or she decides to get on with the interview, we will inform the participants beforehand everything about the research they are participating at. The participants have the right to seclude themselves and thereby express themselves selectively. The names of the participants will be kept and not will be revealed to the public.